Hello, sir, and it's almost 3 o'clock now. I have just come back home after storming the streets with the Vietnamese gold medal against Thailand. And so today I will have a speaking practice week number 10 for you. So the first question is describe your education. So currently I'm a sophomore in Saigon University. There will be 2 years left for me to get graduated from a university and get a job. Question number two, what is your area of specialization? My major is English pedagogy. Um, the third question is, why did you choose to study that major? When I was a child, I had already had a lifelong dream of becoming an English teacher. I loved working with the children. Also, my sister and brother-in-law are teachers too, which is really great because I can receive a large support from them. The fourth question is, do you like your major? Until now, I reckon that studying English pedagogy is one of the wisest decisions I have ever made. But to be honest, there used to be time when I just wanted to give up everything. I was bombarded with a large amount of work, such as teaching demonstration and lesson plans. Fortunately, with a little bit lucky and a lot of effort, I could be finally be able to get through that tough time. Number five, what kind of school did you go to as a child? Well, when I was young, my parents had given me the best education they could offer to me. I went to a really famous primary school in my city, which was Lương Cô. It had great facilities, devoted teachers, and scrumptious canteen food. What was my favorite subject as a child? Well, at that time, I was a big fan of math. I enjoyed playing with numbers and calculations. Plus, I was always one of the fastest students to come to the board and solve my teacher's question. And do you think your country has an effective education system? Frankly speaking, I don't think so. Education in Vietnam still cares too much about achievements and focuses on exam-driven curriculum, which I find it unduly stressful for both teachers and students. Are you working forward to working? Absolutely yes, and I have been a teaching assistant for an English center since I was a freshman, and I feel it's great to join the workforce, especially when I can do the job I love. Not only will it pay the bills, but it will also give me the joy of making a contribution to my family or um, or take the amount of money I have earned to support my family and buy whatever I want. It's hard to be happy and fulfilled without working. About part number two, describe a thing that you cannot live without. I will turn on the clock to uh, like count the time I have talked to make sure that I have reached the appropriate amount of time, like around 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes, and now I will start counting it. Well, different people are obsessed by different things and often feel they cannot live without those. And one such thing, which is very important for me, is my wristwatch. I received this watch from my grandfather when I was in grade 10. I still remember it was my birthday, and my grandpa took me to a shop from where he got me a very expensive branded wristwatch with a beautiful dial and a leather band. From that day, it has become a part and parcel of my life. Unfortunately, he is no more. He's no more. He has gone so far. So this watch is the only souvenir of my grandpa that I have. I wear it all the time as I am a very punctual person, and make sure that I do everything on time. And this rich watch helps me to be on time. This watch is pretty old, but it has basic features like I can set alarm on it, which was quite unique in those days. So this watch helps me to get up in time to get ready for school. Every morning I make a schedule of things to do so that I do not miss anything important, and I regularly check time on my watch to do things promptly. In fact, after school, I have to attend a couple extra classes, and because of this watch, I never get late. Unfortunately, once it stopped working and I had to get it fixed, which took a couple of days. And at that time, I realized how dependent I am on this thing. Overall, it is one, it is one that I possess, and I cannot live without it. Well, and now let's continue with the IELTS speaking part three. The first question is, why do you think teenagers always want to have the latest devices such as the iPhone? I think it's quite natural. We live in a world that functions and centers around technology nowadays, and having the latest device allow you to make the most of the advances and developments in the market. It's the same as older people like to have the latest model of car and a new apartment. People like to have the best or the latest version of things. It's not just teenagers. And the second question is, why do they often buy a new one even though they already have one? One reason could be that each new version normally has more functions or features that the older one, and allows its user to do more or access more things. Some people also believe that the newest version or something is always better. Um, the next question: what do they do with the old one after buying a new one? Well, many of my friends give their old devices to their younger brothers or sisters or to another family member. But myself, I think I will sell it again to earn back money and keep pursuing the newest or the latest devices. I have one friend who is a real technology freak, and he always find a way to use the old device for something else, another project or purpose. And final question, how hard is it for parents to convince their children not to buy an expensive phone? I think it's very hard. Many parents grew up without the internet and such digital devices being a normal part of life. They are still relatively new, so parents might not really appreciate just how important and interesting they are for young people. And that's all for this video and this IELTS speaking part 3 IELTS speaking practice. Thank you so much for listening, and I will go to sleep now. Goodbye, teacher. Hope you will enjoy my video. Thank you.